What is happening, everybody? Look at that. We have noises going already. This is a great way to start the stream. It's only fitting. It's okay. I love it. Welcome to the first not official episode of Generally Speaking, the show here on the PLD Projects, where I'm going to be talking to some people, and they all happen to be Action Army generals. We even have some with call signs, some without call signs. So let me introduce who's here first, and then we'll see what we're going to talk about, because I don't know. First, I'll introduce the ladies first. She's my favorite co-host on Chill to Action, my work wifey. Let's see, call sign. Call sign Tears. How about that?
Call sign Tears.
Damn, Paul, shit.
I like it. She cries more than anybody I ever knew in my life. She's gonna start crying
like
now.
Rants.
Sure.
Call sign rants.
Call sign rants. I can do call sign rants.
Yeah, we did that last time. She wasn't really digging it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a fan of Danny Rants, so.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll work on that.
We'll figure it out.
These are not official. I mean, Ben and Drew can give the official ones. Yeah. But next to Danny, we got call sign. We hit his name. Call sign Jerry. Jerry coming off a fresh battle on the general debate tonight. How you feeling, brother?
Excited. I want to do something else. I'm pumped up and ready to go. I lost, so I need to win at something. We need to have a match of something here.
We have a match of something. I'll have to come up.
I don't care what it is.
You know what? Maybe we'll do some Star Wars trivia, right there, Sean.
Oh, hey, Sean.
Sean, thanks for jumping in there, guys. Got some
speaking of Sean Sullivan, if you guys want to know more about Sean Sullivan, he was on our Let's Get Ready to Talk Schmodown podcast. Him and James White.
Look, that's pimping out of shit on my podcast. I love that. I love it, Fred. You shut your mouth. No, it's a great show. It's a good
you
show.
are Bateman. Come on.
It's a great show. It's a great
show. Hey, man,
show.
I blame Sean. If Sean didn't pop up, I wouldn't have plugged it.
Sean's my boy. Sure. I'm never going to blame Sean for anything. But since you're talking already, before I introduce you, I'll introduce you next. There, we got call sign Whiskers there. How are you popping in there? Where you going from? You're not in your usual spot, are you?
Oh no, I'm at work right now.
You're at work, all right?
No, I'm in the
customers. I like that.
I'm in the break room, Paul. Oh, Jesus, I'm not. What's wrong with you? Come on.
I will give you some love. I do love your new podcast. What's the new name of it now? And we had a name switch. What's the official new name?
Let's get ready to talk Schmodown, guys.
Okay, all right. And
wait. You're finally gonna give me some love, Paul? What the fuck? Okay. I've known you for like 4 months by now.
Well, you have to earn my love. You have to earn my love.
What the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here with that shit. Get out of my face.
Well, I mean, that's kind of true, though, Fatis. It's kind of true.
We love you every day. It's a different kind of love. That's all.
That's what you call love, Paul? I call that verbal abuse.
It's a tough love.
Oh, no.
Well, next affairs, we got the boy. He was also on the general debate tonight. We don't have a call sign for you yet either, do we, Maddie? Let me see. How about?
I mean, I came up with one, but apparently it's not good enough.
I like call sign Octagon. How about that?
Call sign Octagon. I can say.
According to Brandy, you can't pick your own call sign.
Yeah.
So, for right now, we'll go do temporarily call sign Octagon unless we do anything further. Unless somebody else has any better suggestions.
Call sign Tommy.
Call sign Tommy.
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy.
Did you hear Tommy? I heard Tommy. I was like, why are you calling him a communist? What do you think?
I don't think they're communists.
I was like, Jerry, you've already given me reason enough to hate you tonight.
You don't want to get him on your bad side. This is actually Sean said he's the first and only guest on the Are You Ready podcast so far. That's true. We only had one episode.
That is true. That is true.
Finally, last but not least, we got my boy in here. Call sign Cash. The buck stops here. He wasn't on the debate tonight, but he will be on the debate soon because he seems to be rare to go. He's always ready to debate, I think. So, how you doing there, Buck? Brandon Buckingham, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. PLD. Just here to have some fun with some friends.
Well, how this is all going to work is I really don't know. I just decided what the hell. We're just going to go live. We had the general debate tonight. I did a trailer reaction for Tenet. We can talk about that maybe if you want, if anybody's seen it. Anybody else on the show seen it tonight?
Yeah, dude, it looked fucking awesome.
Oh, you didn't see it then?
Oh, it's so good.
I gotta say that it's probably my second most anticipated movie of the year, behind Dune. I want Dune more, but Tenet's really a close second, and not just because my boy Richard Eric Jarvey stars in it, not really stars in it, but he at
Of
least
course
got
he
it.
is. He's
Jarvis
the star of that
around.
movie.
He at least
Yeah.
got touched. His shoulder was touched by Christopher Nolan. He's never watched that shoulder again, I can tell you, and that's why I think God, he lives in Estonia. I can't really smell that from here. So, but the trailer was fucking cool. I gotta admit, I it didn't have a whole lot new in it comparatively. There's some new bits, relied a little bit on old bits, but I love the new patents that we got in this one. More on his character. It seemed like they had much more camaraderie in this. I don't know. What anybody have any thoughts on what they saw?
Robert Pattinson's Russian in this new one.
Yes.
Him and Kenneth Branagh became Russian, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yes, Robert. I know. There's only been
Oh,
two.
we've missed two movies.
I said only
I
two
mean,
forthcoming. That's right.
As the resident Brit, like he sounded pretty British to me.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. It sounded pretty British to me. But well, how about
Or with Kenneth Branagh the Russian? My bad.
Kenneth Branagh? Yeah, Kenneth Branagh. He's the one that sounded Russian to me. And he was Russian in. Wasn't he just Russian? I just saw him in a movie as a Russian. What was that movie?
One of the is it Mission? It's not Mission Impossible. Which one is that? No, wait. It's the one with Chris Pine.
Yes, Jack Ryan. It was a Jack Ryan movie. That's what I was thinking
Yes.
Okay.
about.
That's what I was like, which one is that? It's a lot like Mission Impossible. So.
But yeah, it's not quite. Actually, did you guys? I like that movie. I thought it was pretty okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
It wasn't great.
I've never watched it.
It was like the first movie I'd seen Keira Knightley in that wasn't a period piece. I was like, this is weird. She usually plays some sort of.
Did you ever see episode 1 or episode 2?
Oh yeah.
That's a
good
period
call.
piece, Jerry.
That's not a
Good call.
period piece.
Okay, she's not playing like a normal.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it is set in a galaxy a long time ago, far away. So
I was about to say that technically speaking, you could say that it's a period piece, maybe.
could be a period piece. Yeah.
But no.
But how did you guys think about the action in it?
I liked it.
What about the action in the movie? Yeah.
Yeah, because they're manipulating. They're not going forward with time. They're using the power to like reverse, like everything's going backwards, which is kind of a different take on time, like manipulation. Because everyone's always like, oh, let's speed up time, or like let's go into the future. But they're like, no, let's use the power to like, because the bullet, it goes from the target back to the gun into the chamber, which I really thought was pretty fucking cool.
So I didn't see the trailer. Is this more like a Doctor Strange thing? Where at the end, anything of Doctor Strange?
No,
Mm.
no.
I don't know if you can compare it to anything.
Yeah,
Is that
it's,
different, huh?
yeah,
It's Chris Nolan. What
yeah, man.
do you expect?
I would say I can
Yeah,
compare it to. I would compare it to Inception, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Inception,
I
it's
was
all about
gonna-
yeah.
I was gonna bring that up. I saw something that some people say it may be linked, Tenet and
Yeah, that's what I heard.
and Inception. Like it's the same universe type of thing.
Mhm.
That's what I read too. I didn't read the details about it. It was something about like how the same font was used, maybe some of the same setting pieces.
Yeah, I'm like it also.
I'll
could be
say
because
it's,
made by the same studio too.
Yeah, but has Christopher Nolan done any of that with any of his other movies? Like, does he have a shared universe in anything else?
Not that I'm aware of.
No,
Not that I'm aware of either.
No.
That would be interesting for, I think, a director like Nolan to explore, to have a shared universe. I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I'm not. I don't exactly know what you guys are talking about too much. But I did read something somewhere that this trailer seems to show a little bit more than what the last trailer did. I mean, obviously, because the first trailer that we got was a teaser trailer, and this is a bigger one that's coming out. But I'm excited to check this movie out. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I love Robert Pattinson. I kind of really do, and I want to see him in different types of roles. And I know that he's already got like a broad range of different types of characters underneath his belt. But I really want to see him in something like in something like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Me too, honestly. Bringing back the shared universe thing, it does seem like it would be a very Christopher Nolan-esque kind of move to make a sequel and not tell anybody it's a sequel, and then just somehow all of a sudden it's there as a sequel. I mean, it just seems like it's a very Christopher
Well, I think
Nolan.
I saw Michael Caine in the trailer. So
Yeah.
Well, Michael Caine's in
I
every
think
Nolan
it's-
film.
Well,
In
I
every
think it's
film.
just.
Hi.
I think it's just same paint, different house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Same
can see
paint,
that.
different house.
That could very
So
well
like
be.
might-
it's similar. Yeah, but it's not really the same, but it's like similar aspect because they both deal with like manipulation. Like in Inception, it's all about the mind, dreams, getting inside like the cerebral cortex. You're manipulating that. But in
Oh,
this
so
one,
my
you're
love
manipulating.
life. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
not very
And the trailer sees they're manipulating like time and space, going forward and backward and moving sideways. You know what I mean?
Actually, Danielle, I think that this is more like your love life, and seems like
That's
it
what I
wants you to
was
go back.
gonna
It wants to go back in time and reverse some things that have done. Make sure you.
Ah,
got it.
yeah,
You and
so
me, bud.
just like my love life. Cool.
Yeah,
High five,
Sorry,
Matt.
guys, I
High
gotta
five.
bounce.
Yeah, that's
Thanks
what I was
for
actually.
having me on.
Oh, okay. I go. I'm sorry, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie.
Bye,
Thanks, Matt.
Gunnar.
Thanks.
Take care.
Good job, Maddie.
And we'll bring on a certain yes, Michael Caine is because he is in every Nolan movie. Basically, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
he's-
Pop on.
He's
Little bit of
not
Jake Yakoveta.
in Memento.
Jakey
I
Yacht.
believe.
So Yachts is actually watching the trailer now, I think. So it's a little
Yeah,
bit there. When
so
he's
he's-
ready, he can talk whenever he's ready.
Yeah.
Because this is a chaotic show. It's a controlled chaos, but we'll go from there. You get Jake's. It's a little controlled chaos. We'll see what Jake has to say when he's finished watching the trailer.
Yeah, I just finished
Any
it.
last? What do you think there, man?
Can y'all hear me? I'm fucking around with this new mic.
It sounds really
Yeah.
good, actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. I do have helicopters flying over me fucking constantly. So
Are they
I
black?
can't hear them.
there's
Yeah,
one
black
coming.
helicopter.
I can hear it. I like the trailer. I do think it's going to be a good movie. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I really saw the whole tie-in. Goddamn helicopter.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, they're-
Hold on. Give me just a second. Hold on.
Jake, they're going after you, man. What'd you do this time?
Okay, we'll wait till the helicopter passes.
Black Hawk down. Black Hawk down.
I think Nolan's
We're
trying to
pinned
come
down. We're
top
pinned
him.
down.
When we got this house, the realtor failed to mention that it was right underneath the training corridor for the night flights,
Oh,
and they fly like 50 feet above the house. Like it's low as fuck. It makes no sense.
how convenient that they forgot to tell you that.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that works.
How convenient.
But I did like the trailer. I don't really see the tie-in to Inception. I mean, I'm not gonna say a font is gonna.
Yeah, that's why
tie it
I'm
in
like,
for me.
really? A font makes you think that?
Yeah,
According to what
I
I read, I don't know.
Yeah,
I still don't really know what the hell is going on in that movie.
Which I love, actually.
It does look fun. I will see it. I don't know. Hey, what up, Sean?
That's arguable. That's arguable, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Really, Paul? Really?
There's not a tray of shots in front of me, so it's arguable.
Well, I
There you
salute
go.
Sean.
There you go. We love that.
My flowers are right there, though, Jake. So that's taking place of
Love.
the shots.
All right.
It does. Here's Chris has some good points there. He does say it does aesthetically does look a little similar in color and filming. I will say that it felt more like. I mean, it might be because that it feels so different than Dunkirk did. Like Dunkirk was such a different movie for Nolan as far as that goes. It was a more straightforward war film. I mean, when you see the movie, it's a lot different. But as far as the look and feel of the movie goes, it is a lot different than Nolan movies was. This one felt more like we were going back to the area of Inception, that kind of thriller based. There's time travel issue involved, however they do it. I will agree that I still don't know what the fuck exactly is going on. I felt like I know it got a little bit better on this one. I'm hoping the third, maybe we'll get a little bit further as to exactly what this means. But it's still, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Anybody else?
Paul, just so you're still fucking confused, because I'm still fucking confused.
Okay,
I don't know what the hell is going on. I saw a gunfight near cars, and I was like, they were wearing like gas. They weren't wearing gas masks. They were wearing those masks where you have like oxygen. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's true.
What the fuck is this?
The only
I'm
downside
excited.
of
I'm
the
excited,
trailer
but I'm like, I don't know what the fuck
is
going
we
on.
don't have a date, and they took the date off the Twitter bio for the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
So we
But
don't
I
have a
like
date.
that, though.
This
Yeah, but
will come out in
that's-
theaters.
of
I don't
course.
care what anyone says that it should go to it's going to go to streaming.
no,
No,
it has to.
Chris Nolan movies are meant to be seen on a big screen with surround. It's just meant to be a theater experience.
And Jeff pointed out in the general chat that he gets like 50% off of the upfront ticket sales. So he's not trying to lose that money. He's like, I don't, you know what I mean?
It says at the end. It said right at the end. It says coming to theater.
Coming to theaters.
Yeah, and I like the way that they did that they didn't make it definite, but they let us know that it's not going to be an on-demand thing.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. And
The budget for this movie was probably at least 200, 225. So it has to come out in theaters for them to even sniff a profit.
How do you all feel about it coming out in theaters? Like if it, let's say, because Chris Adams is in the chat saying that the date is still on the Twitter bio for July 17th. If it does get that July release and in movie theaters, how do you all feel about that? Would you go, like, are you all willing to go to movie theaters at this time? Do you think that this movie is going to get a little bit of trouble because it decides to go into the movie theaters?
I absolutely will not be going to the theater anytime
Neither
soon.
will I. Neither will I.
And I'm the exact opposite. As soon as that theater opens, I'll be going.
Well, I never really went to theaters in the first place because I always missed everything. So I always caught everything on like demand. So I'm probably gonna watch this at my TV.
It kind of depends to me. It depends on how. I mean, that's still 2 months away. So I want to see where we are and what we're doing and how, if the theaters open, how they're opening and what they're doing to help things out. I'd want to see it in theaters no matter what, definitively anyway. But I think they're not. I think they're going to change the date anyway because, like you said, like right here, you guys both, Denny and Jake, even if theaters are open, you're not going to get the business that you're going to get because there are going to be a lot of people who aren't going to come even if it's open. So I think they know that, and like we said, it's a big budget movie, and they have to make their money back. They're not going to want to do. They're going to want to wait until everybody's much more comfortable going out. They're going to wait for the theaters to open, then they're going to bring it back. What you're going to see when theaters open is more like the earlier stuff they made that didn't come out. You might see some other older classic movies, some earlier stuff that like way back might get released again, that kind of thing, to get people back involved.
Well, like the theater in my town, because I live in a little shithole in Alabama. We have a locally owned theater. The owner is there every night. It's not like AMC or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to open it up as soon as he's able to. But I don't think people down here are fucking stupid. So they're going to go. But
fair enough.
I'm not. That is my only option. Even if they do the 50% capacity thing where you have to have like 3 or 4 seats between people, I'm not doing that shit. I understand that small town theaters like this one have to do it. Like it's the only way that they can stay alive. But it's just I can't do it, man. I got to be smart. I got to protect myself. I got to protect the people around me.
Yep.
And it's just not going to happen.
I feel you on that one, Jake, too, because I live in a weird city in Texas also, and I don't necessarily trust the people in my city to stay safe or be safe. Like I feel like most of my city is like anti everything and will just purposely cough on chairs just to be like those types of people. And yeah, and I'm a hairdresser, so I cannot avoid human contact at all. So it's part of my job, and I believe that part of my job is taking care of my clients. And so I feel like I have to be a little bit more precautious than most other people because I have to work so close to people. So it's unfortunate for me. I need to have as much information as I can before I feel comfortable at all to put myself and my clients in that predicament.
Agreed.
Yeah, and Alabama as a whole is opening up tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything is
Texas
reopening.
is basically opening up right now also. It's not.
It's so fucking stupid. This is not going away anytime soon. I don't care. Okay, I can't say I don't care. I do feel for the people that are losing money because they're not able to work and that, their industry is affected by this. But opening up fucking bars, like, that's not necessary right now.
Agreed. I know. I will say another interesting thing about the theaters opening up is, as someone who works overnight, I tend to go during the morning anyway. So I've never gone. When I go to the theaters, it's never full anyway. So that's another. For me, it might be worth the risk to go out because there's never going to be no one's going to be there anyway. I have to socially distance. It's like being 10 other people, 5 other people in the whole theater. I can socially distance anyway. So we'll have to find out what's going to happen in the next couple of months. We have months, but I'm strongly doubting that date's going to stay.
Yeah. I mean, a good
there's going to be a second wave.
Absolutely, will be. We're all ready to go for it too. We're all going down, and we're going down that path. Everybody's opening up sooner. Everybody wants to see it go back because people are getting restless, and it's unfortunate.
And like even if we go back to Schmodown, everyone's saying the first live event, I'm there. I cannot commit to that.
What if the first live event is spectacular in December?
God damn it.
See, that's how I feel too, though. Like December seems like a safe enough time, hopefully. And again,
December,
it depends on the situation. Okay. Yeah, but it also depends on that situation. What if we do get that big second wave, and then November, October comes around, and we have to go back to quarantine? So
me too, Dean.
Oh, well, Paul, he would hunt you down.
He would never hunt me down. He would hunt you down.
You seen Westworld?
Scalp you.
He's man out here shooting children and stuff and all that. Dude's crazy.
I haven't seen season 3.
Paul got with that.
Yeah, I haven't seen season 3 either.
Oh god, I could probably bring it up. I'll have to.
The wedding picture.
All right, I'm gonna do something really fake, real quick. I'll do it fake. I'm gonna really fuck with everybody out. We're all of a sudden on class. We're all of a sudden. That's the wrong one.
Oh, here we go.
All of a sudden we're also on call to action. Real quick, we're on call to action because we're on the same StreamYard. So we're on call to action on the PLD Projects Network. People are gonna get pissed off at that. I probably have that in here somewhere, I believe, isn't it?
So now we're call to action is Brandon Hanna gonna start talking shit about PLD?
There you go. There it is. There's that lovely thing. Yeah,
it's beautiful,
isn't it?
Speaking that wasn't the I was talking about, though.
There, Brandon.
Can we talk about him and Smets from last night? That was some good stuff.
It was gold. It was very, very, very awkward at first because Smets was trying to play like the concerned friend, trying to help him out, while Hannah was trying to play into the heel character. It wasn't until Kaiser came on that Smets actually kind of jumped into it. But that first like 20, 30 minutes, that was a little bit awkward.
I think what the problem was, I wouldn't say it was awkward for that long. I think it started off a little bit awkward, but it got better as it went along. It did kick it up to another gear when Kaiser got on, because that's where it really sold it. But if you look at the comments, they sold it hardcore. They sold it hard, and the people who bought into it.
I don't know what you're talking about, guys. It's all real. Kevin Smith and Brandon Hanna are no longer friends anymore. That's real. This is real.
They basically had to do an hour. They basically had to do an hour-long cutscene. You know how hard that is to do an hour-long cutscene. I mean, Danielle and I actually didn't know it very well because you know what? We had to do an interview with a Flirt and Flouse for an hour, and that was tough shit. Trying to keep in character the whole.
Just no information, no research. They're able to do it all. And just having it just fly off the cuff with someone who's extremely great at banter like that.
Yeah, Paul and I have been helping Nerd Chronic with kind of letting him know on shows when something comes up that might be good for a promo. And I just told him, just watch the whole fucking thing. The whole thing was a promo.
Poor Kev.
I'm telling you, they're no longer friends anymore.
Luckily, I think PLD Project.
I was going to sell Brandon Hanna Star Wars Celebration tickets at a reduced price. I am no longer selling them at a reduced price. Prices went up.
Triple the price now, right? Triple the price.
Yeah, definitely.
I think PLD Project is enough insulated from Schmodown that I think that nobody actually is going to find this and actually is nervous about it. So I think we're all okay here. But
they're always watching, Paul. They're always watching. They're always watching.
Can we see Can we talk about this? Go over this.
I haven't watched this yet.
Oh, you have to go see that video.
Yeah, it's great.
When he ripped it up and started eating it, I lost it.
He did what?
Behind the scenes. I'll tell you that. Brandon told me that. I'll say it. He won't care. Brandon told me that Bibbs messaged him and asked him for the background music right away.
I love that it was the same one. It was so good.
So Bibbs used the music, got it back, and that thing was fucking awesome.
He should have done the screen wipe though.
Yeah.
I know Winston did it.
Good.
He did.
Well, Winston was also parodying a Colt 45 commercial with Billy D. Williams,
Yeah.
and that commercial, it's got like that type of effect on it too.
It does look like a 70s.
I think you
kind of
mean
thing,
Lando
right?
Calrissian.
Lando Calrissian. You put that
I
name in your
mean,
mouth.
Billy D. Williams. I mean, I know that y'all are Star Wars fans, but Billy D. Come on.
I just
Who's-
showed my nerd hand there. For
Billy
a
D.
second.
Williams. It's gotta be.
Harvey Two-Face,
Oh,
man.
Awesome.
Can I say something about the Rise of Skywalker that I love? Okay,
Yes.
when Billy,
Go ahead, go ahead.
when
Safer.
Lando comes in with that thing, I know that it's the common trope. When he comes in, and all the ships are behind him,
Yeah.
I screamed so loud in the theater. Everybody was next to me was like looking at me weird. But man,
Yeah.
so loud. It was so
I
I
did
just-
too.
I just recently rewatched The Rise of Skywalker, and when I first saw it in the movie theaters, I had not seen Solo yet. So so I watched Solo. Generals, I think if y'all can remember, like late last year was when I was trying to start watching the Clone Wars, and then I was going through the movies chronologically, and I saw Solo. And then I just recently rewatched Rise of Skywalker a couple of days ago, and all of those little random moments that I could remember with Lando and Solo kind of came back to hit me right there. And then Lando getting to be back in the Millennium Falcon, and then be back there with Chewie, and then little things like that. And I can't remember the name of the damn droid that was in Solo. What's her name? That Phoebe Waller-Bridge voiced.
L3.
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 L337, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the L3 part. That's all I know.
It's L337 because I remember thinking LEET. Like, does anyone ever remember all of
I
those
do.
like weird codes? Like, yes, LEET. So
speak.
that yes. Oh my gosh. And then knowing that like she's part of the ship and all of that stuff, so it just kind of made those tiny moments a lot better for me, and really kind of made me appreciate it in a different sort of way, especially as like a new. I say new. I've been watching Star Wars my entire life, but
There you
and,
go.
Thanks.
and another
Thanks.
moment that really got me that no one else in my whole theater, packed theater, full of Star Wars fans, no one else got was when Snap Wesley died.
Yeah.
That killed me. I grew up with that. I mean, I didn't grow up, but I saw him grow up,
Yeah.
and he
From the-
died. They killed him.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I did scream for Wedge also, by the way. He didn't have that quick. I wish they had it on for a little bit longer, just a touch longer here and there.
I need a Wedge movie.
Wedge, I want a Wedge movie. We'll probably won't get a movie, but they had a great book series, the old Legend series. It's the Rogue Squadron book series.
Yeah.
It's not canon anymore, but it was a great series and a lot of fun. And Wedge is heavily featured. So I would, if you want to go
Honestly,
back and read those, I'll do that.
They could adapt those and just put a disclaimer at the beginning of the damn movie, like this is not canon. Enjoy. They could just say that. They could
I
literally
would-
just say that and be like, cool, all
I
right.
think that's actually that would be a great series. To be honest with you, that would be an awesome series for them to do, like a Disney Plus at some point. I love that aspect of it. One other thing about, lost me.
Oh, we lost Danny.
Yep, she had to go.
I'm
She
gonna
went for
grab a
minute.
beer. I'll be right back.
All right, she said she had to go back. She'll be back in a minute anyway. I just got off track. Was I say one more thing about Rise of Skywalker? Oh, I know Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker. One thing I wanted to mention about Rise of Skywalker. The thing that got me, I think, got a lot of Star Wars fans too, but I'll mention it anyway. It's the voices. It's the voices of when all of a sudden all the voices start coming back. You got fucking Hayden Christensen's voice. You got Mace Windu's voice. You got Kanan. You got Ahsoka. The only thing I almost wish happened. I wish you'd kind of seen them, like even just like go like Force Ghost visions of them, like just briefly, almost like when like she shows up to block the Palpatine landing. If they could have had like just the visions, like just for a second, like shimmering in and out and everything, that would have been fucking sweet, I think. But I'll take what I get because that guy, I started getting all sorts of emotional at that point. I wanted Hayden so bad, so at least I got even for a second in line for him. That was great. Oh, there. Oh, looks like Buck's back too. So, welcome back, Buck. Welcome back. Looks like Danny's back to you. Welcome back, Danny. Welcome back. We're all back now.
That was so funny.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I don't
what
know what
happened, Buck?
I just watched Bib's video. Sorry.
Oh, that was it. That was great.
That was great.
Yeah.
I think
Right?
My favorite part was the one about Shannon Barney about breaking $1.
Yes.
It told change.
That would be too much change.
$4 for $1. But
Oh, it was so great.
but
Are we still talking about Star Wars and
yeah,
books?
you know what?
I
We've read
love that
Star.
book.
Go to Lost Stars. Tell me about that. You started it, right? So tell me about it.
I did. So I'm only on chapter 3, but I sent Paul a message as soon as I was done with the prologue of the prologue of the book. I sent
Call tears. Call
I sent
tears.
Paul a message. Paul, why am I already crying? The prologue made me cry. So
Call sign tears.
call sign tears. That might have to be the one. But yeah, I am really enjoying this book. So there's a lot of hype behind it already. I've heard every single person that I've asked about this book or told about this book has recommended it, said it's one of their favorite ones. I've only seen one review on YouTube say that they didn't like it, and it was kind of for silly reasons. But I will say that it does live up to the hype so far, and I'm only on chapter 3, and I am thoroughly enjoying this book right now, and I count the minutes until I can start reading it again. But I really like it.
It's
No
great.
spoilers, but the end is so good.
Yeah,
Well, you
don't
cried
spoil it. I
before.
just started reading it.
I did.
The fuck, Jerry?
No spoilers.
The fuck is the matter
Oh,
with
I'm
you?
sorry.
But to
The
be
end of a
fair,
great book is amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, right,
Spoiler.
yeah. To be fair, there are a few things that I do know about the book, and I'm pretty sure that it's exactly what you're talking about.
Probably.
But I was watching reviews on it, and I stepped away, and I didn't realize that I was walking into a spoiler review, and so I clicked out of it as quick as I could. But I think I caught what you're talking about.
It definitely is one of the best of the canon. I will always argue that I've had a little bit of trouble getting into some of the canon books because of a few things, mainly with Disney buying the films, or with Disney buying Star Wars in general. We have films, we have TV shows, we have all sorts of mediums. Now, if you have the films, it's not like a set, like Lucasfilm used to have, like, okay, it's the Star Wars trilogy, then the next Star Wars trilogy, and then now we have this open-ended thing where we can have so many different movies, so many different TV shows. So if something important is going to happen into the galaxy, where is it going to happen? It's going to happen in the movie. It's going to happen maybe in a Netflix or a Disney Plus show. If something really important to happen, it's not going to happen in a book. So we have the canon books, these characters you're getting to see. You know that you're reading something. It could be development, it could be character development, but some of the most important moments that you want to read about, they're never going to be able to be in the novel. So a lot of the novels tend to feel a little bit like filler in a way. Like, oh, it's nice to be there, nice to see them in a way, but like at the end of the day, nothing really changes for them. You don't get much character alterations in them. I mean, there's some good stuff. Bloodline has some great moments, especially because we don't have a lot of that time frame, like between 7 and 8, 6 and 7 rather. I can speak. But beyond that, it's more like the biography books, which are good. Hopefully, and I'll bring this up now, I'm hoping that with the addition of the High Republic that they've talked about now, if you've heard that announcement, the High Republic is basically the Old Republic in the new canon, but it's going to be far enough away that it's going to be all new characters for the most part. That's something that interests me because these are characters that you're going to introduce that they're going to be able to have those kind of moments, big moments in their lives, and hopefully galaxy-altering moments, because we don't have a clue necessarily what happened before Phantom Menace at this point. Not a clue. I mean, we think we do because some of the legends have been there. Some of the things have dropped in there. We know a little bit about Bane exists technically from the Clone Wars. Plagueis exists because he was mentioned in Episode 3. But beyond that, it's a wide open story. So a lot of the good stuff that can happen in the High Republic. I'm hoping the High Republic is very successful. That's my rant.
I have a question. So Plagueis is not technically in any of the canon books. Is that correct?
As of now, no.
Yes.
Well, I know that there's books about Plagueis, but those are not considered canon, right?
Dark Plagueis book
Yes.
that was written before.
James Luceno?
Yes, James Luceno. They're basically, from what I gather, like it's so well loved and so well thought of that I believe like Filoni and everybody are basically treating it like canon, but they're not beholden to it. If they decide they wanted to alter something, they could. So you could. It's kind of like there's some books that are canon, some books that are not canon. You can't label it canon because it hasn't happened. It wasn't written after the time frame.
Okay.
But Filoni's been cherry picking stuff from the Legends verse anyway. So I have a feeling that's the kind of thing that's going to be pretty much recanonized, probably very similarly to how it was already done. They might tweak it a little bit, but
Yeah, He even
I think
tweaked
he
the
was
Ahsoka
mentioned in
Tano.
Lord of the Sith.
He was he's mentioned episode 3.
Mentioned, yeah.
I mean, he's been
Well, I mean, mentioned again in Lords of the Sith,
right.
but nothing substantial.
Right, exactly. Very big, and nothing but Bane. The only thing I mentioned Bane was the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
One episode where he appeared as the Vision to Yoda. That's it. So again, that's a whole lot of stuff. And the Bane trilogy, Darth Bane trilogy, was another great one from
Really good.
Legends Verse. I believe that's probably going to be mostly canonized in a way with maybe a
So-
little tweak.
If you don't mind me asking a question,
Go ahead.
Rise of Skywalker.
Go ahead.
Did they pretty much set up what was thought to be in the Bane trilogy, where the Master pretty much takes over the Apprentice when he dies, gets killed?
Yeah, again, it's all kind of vague. It's all vaguely done. I haven't read a lot of the Bane stuff in a while, to be honest with you. I do want to reread it after, but I did think about that when I saw Rise of Skywalker. Bane,
Yeah.
Exar Kun also had a similar idea of taking over bodies as a Sith spirit, so to speak. Lucas was always very initially saying he didn't want the Sith couldn't live after death, basically, because that was only a Jedi trait. Now that was changed a little bit in the books, but now it's changed more as far as Rise of Skywalker goes as well. So I'm interested to see how they make it tweak, but it's definitely in the same ballpark. How it actually gets connected, we'll still have to say. But
I just want to salute Paul for trying to say a word 3 times and still didn't get it right.
which word was that?
Yeah.
Maybe. You're right. I probably didn't. That's me. I tend to go so fast, and I speak faster than I can. I think fast, speak faster than I can think. So obviously, I'm still doing it now.
He also types fast because sometimes I think he's yelling at me in a chat and he just accidentally just left the caps lock on or something. I was like, oh, it's not that serious.
It's not with the caps lock. I'll have like shift capital, and I'll have hit like 3 letters before I let it go.
Yeah, so it's like he'll be agreeing with something I said, and I'm like, God damn, you're enthusiastic about this.
I'm an enthusiastic
I really,
person.
really like it.
I'm an enthusiastic person. But you know what, everybody? I think some people are lost with all their Star Wars talk. This is supposed to be. I should have just switched it over to PLD 1138. But
Yeah, you started going into the books, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of got lost from it, and I was like, okay.
I have a question.
Fair enough.
Make you feel better.
Sean, that's
It
funny.
makes me feel better, Sean. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul, have you watched any of the Avatar Airbender? Any part of the Avatar Airbender?
Yes.
Avatar is something my kids watched.
Speaking of Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
exactly.
Speaking of,
They
Avatar is
watched
the reason we got Clone Wars.
It is
That's
partially
what I heard.
Absolutely, yes. Well, Dave Filoni has told that story that he was working on Avatar when he got the call from Lucasfilm, and he thought it was a prank. He thought it was the SpongeBob
Yeah,
guys.
Dude, I love
Yeah.
the story that he told on that.
Lucasfilm
documentary.
doesn't do animation.
Hey, there is no Lucasfilm animation department. What are you talking about? But yeah, my kids watch Avatar for the longest time. My wife actually loves Avatar as well. So I finally sat down with my daughter. I got the first 3 episodes in. I'm intrigued. I think it's a cool little show. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I did the one negative thing I told that my kids yelled at me about. My wife yelled at me about. I thought that Prince Zuko or whatever. Danny Zuko. No, not Danny Zuko. But he looks so badass, like the thing on his eyes, and he looks so older to me. And also, I realized he was a teen because he opened his mouth. And I was like,
Yeah.
that voice is not matching what I'm seeing. They're like, stop it. I'm like, what do you want me to say?
Do you know who voices that character?
I don't.
American Dragon Jake Long.
Yeah. So the guy who plays
plays.
the guy who plays Rufio in Hook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's like,
Yeah.
Bangarang.
Bangarang.
Bangarang. That's right. I looked it up on IMDb and I thought that was really cool. Mae Whitman does the voice for what's her name? The main girl in there. I can't think of her name at the moment. But I love Mae
Katara.
Whitman. Katara. Yes, I love Mae Whitman.
She was Anne for a while in Arrested Development, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
And
not
she
in
was in
Hook.
Scott Pilgrim, that weird fucking dumbass movie.
I love that movie. You're
So
so
rude.
That movie's
right.
so fucking weird, bro.
She was also in-
theaters.
Really?
It's a good movie.
Interesting.
Yeah,
She's also
Jake,
in
watch them
Independence
out. That
Day.
movie's awesome.
She plays the president's daughter in Independence Day.
Fuck.
No, let's not talk about that movie.
Why? I love that movie.
What's wrong
The
with
first one,
Independence
Jerry.
Day?
The first
second
one, Jerry.
The second one. Okay,
Oh,
I thought you were
talking about
I
the first
didn't
one.
even know
I
there
was
was a
like,
second
talking
one.
about
I didn't even know there was a
one.
second one.
You don't need to
I
watch
have
it, Danny.
no
You do
idea.
not need to
I
watch it. You
No
don't need to
idea
watch
what
it.
y'all are talking about because I'm pretty sure they never made a second one to Independence
I got
Day. Like,
confused.
solid
I got
fact.
confused, Danny. I'm sorry. Okay,
Thank you.
there isn't a
Thank you.
second one. Okay?
And Scott Pilgrim is still fucking stupid.
It's
You're
not
stupid.
stupid.
I'm about to mute
He's
you.
he's Scott Pilgrim's pretty creepy. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's
Yeah,
fun. You
like-
gotta give into it. It's a good comic book movie.
It's a good comic book movie. Here it is from a lady's point. You know, like Ramona is a manic pixie dream girl, and that movie like really kind of emphasizes that, and it kind of plays on that trope just a little bit, but it still gives into that trope. And I kind of really like what they did with Knives, even though Knives she gets kind of done dirty in a little bit, but she does have a little bit of a redemption. So I'm not gonna rant. I like it.
I don't think I have a timer yet. I can't.
We
do
didn't
that
get the
yet.
timer back, did we?
We
No.
have we have Captain America in the movie, Captain Marvel, a Superman. Like, how can you?
What does that have to do with Scott Pilgrim being a
Yeah,
piece
what
of
is-
shit?
No,
Exactly.
I'm just saying it's a good movie. I don't know
It's
what
a-
your deal is.
Yeah, okay, it's not a piece of shit. I'm just playing into it.
Jake doesn't like fun. That's all there is to it.
Jake is a heel.
I don't like bad movies.
And then you're not
Really, I would not have guessed that.
Well, none. No bad movies, Jake.
Well, I'm. Oh, okay. What are you about to call me out on here, Paul?
I'm not going to call you anything. Boondock Saints.
Oh, fuck you, Paul.
Yeah, you can eat every dick in the world right now, Paul.
That
Boondock
is a
Saints
classic.
is a
that is a
mediocre
classic movie.
Boondock Saints is a mediocre movie.
You're a mediocre person.
Okay.
I really got really heated on that one, huh? I'm pulling my favorite. I'm pulling my favorite out. I'm pulling at Alex right now. Just.
I know, yeah, that's what you're doing.
How about I just say this? Fast Five sucks, Paris.
Hey, fuck you, Brandon. Fuck you. Guess what? The Diamondbacks suck. You suck. Arizona sucks. Your face sucks. You suck.
Wow, I just did one. You came out.
That's what she
out of
said.
my
Got it.
neighborhood.
Hey, man. You know what? No, you know what? You know what, Brandon? Let me tell you something, Brandon. Robert Meyer Burnett agrees with me. A respected
pretty
film producer says Fast and the Furious is one of the greatest films ever made. Fuck you. All
I
right.
think that was
It
sarcasm.
was when it was
Fast-
Point Break.
That yes, thank you. Jake.
What was Point Break?
No, let's not go there.
Hey, man. Sometimes the remake's better than the original.
And a lot
Yeah,
of
that-
Ed Harris is overrated as fuck.
What? What?
Anyway, we're done
okay.
with that. I do not have that.
So
awesome
who
guy
else
show.
are we gonna get triggered on here? Should I just say
I know.
something about a lot of
Just say,
No.
just say books suck, and then Danny would flip out on you.
I know.
No, because books don't suck.
They don't. Just talk.
I know.
Start talking shit about Coco, and that'll make me mad. So.
don't think
I
anyone
haven't
likes
seen it.
Yeah,
Can't
haven't seen
talk shit about Coco. Haven't seen it.
it's great.
I can't believe you haven't seen Coco. There's my flip.
Yeah,
Coco
I
is
don't.
really good.
From what I heard, everyone cries, and I don't feel like watching a movie and crying. So
This is my new
good
show.
Crying.
but this is trigger.
This is my new show, Trigger Hour. PLD.
I mean, you think
And
you think
so-
Robert Meyer Burnett lied to me? I think he lied to me. Maybe.
Yeah, I think you did. So to
Probably
make
not.
sure everybody, we'll just say, Jared, you're probably gonna be on Team Bateman next month. I'm just saying.
Wait,
Good.
hold up. Is
That
Ferris
is
talking shit
far.
about Robert
That
Meyer
is
Burnett?
too far.
No, I think he probably
Right?
lied to me when he said Fast and the Furious is one of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah,
Oh, he definitely lied to you.
He's definitely.
Yeah.
lying to you.
Okay,
He might. If
he might
would've
be
said,
wrong,
Like,
but he didn't lie to you.
I was like, if he would have said like it's a good movie, I would say yeah. But the way that he phrased the tweet, I'm like, that's way too much.
Time
Yeah,
out.
he said the drift is underrated. He called it the drift. He didn't
Now
even call
I'm
it tractor
triggered.
drift. He called it the drift is underrated. I'm like, what?
Go
Okay.
ahead, Dan. Danielle.
I'm
go ahead.
sorry. I'm
Danielle, go
triggered. I am triggered by Mr. Robert Adams in the chat
yeah.
saying that Coco should not have won over The Greatest Showman. I'm sorry. Fuck The Greatest Showman.
Best song.
Fuck The Greatest Showman. Yes.
Okay.
The Greatest Showman sucks. I may get in trouble for
like,
that.
fuck that.
Movies
Like,
suck.
no, I don't
I've
want to
never
watch a
watched
movie
it.
about a
What-
piece of shit
I mean,
person. I don't give a shit if it is Hugh Jackman who's playing him. I love Zendaya and I love what's his name, whatever. They're all fine. But that
Zac
movie is a
Efron?
piece of shit. Zac Efron, yes. That movie fucking sucks. And it doesn't suck that bad, but it sucks a little bit.
That's what she says.
I mean, what do
That's
you
what she
expect?
said.
What do you expect out of Adams number 2?
This Is Me is not better than Remember Me. Absolutely not. That's a straight up no.
Robert Adams is making Danielle freak out more than I think I've seen her freak out in a long, long time.
And
I
they're
told
both
you
Team
shit about
Whataburger.
Coco, and I'll get
And
it.
I try sometimes to make her freak out. I can't do as good. And now I know what to do now. Though.
Just talk shit about Coco. Try to say that The Greatest Showman is better than Coco. No.
Absolutely
I was
not.
forced to watch The Greatest Showman.
I
Showman's
did not
okay.
enjoy it.
But
I haven't seen
Coco.
either one of them, but I'm on Danny's side just so she doesn't snap at me like that.
scary.
Sean, that's why I
I'm
don't
always
play
on
in the
Da- I'm always-
showdown. That's why I don't play
I'm
in the
always on
showdown,
Danny's
Sean.
side.
Thank you, Faddis. Thank you, Jake.
I'm always on his side.
What do we think of that?
Holy shit.
Part is no, absolutely not.
I don't
Absolutely
think so
not.
either.
I haven't seen
Absolutely
that
not.
one either.
La La
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Land.
I'm not going to watch a white guy save jazz.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for saying it, because I was gonna say it, but thank you for saying it.
Shut up,
saying-
Whiskers.
I agreed with you.
that's
Doesn't matter.
that's how Jake shows love. That's how
Yes.
Jake is showing love.
Lucas says this. You know what? That's true.
Sorry, Lucas. Lucas just doesn't like Tim Burton movies. That's really what it is. Lucas
He hates Tim Burton.
hates Tim Burton. So
Hey,
Why?
Dean in the chat, he doesn't save it. Actually watch the fucking movie. Yeah, no, I'm not going to watch it because I just don't give a fuck.
That doesn't need saving. That's true.
Doesn't.
I saw La La Land. It wasn't that bad. It was fun.
I really liked it, but I really, really liked La La Land. But I still think that Moonlight should have won for Best Picture. So.
I've never watched it, so I don't know what I mean.
It's a really good movie.
And
Still love you, Dean.
I can't get up. It's like so. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's so LA.
Yeah.
And being Midwestern, it's like it's another world. It didn't hit me in the right spot.
It's Hollywood saving Hollywood. That's what.
Yeah.
La La Land is.
That's why it was nominated at the Oscars.
It's-
Like the Oscars love nominating movies about them.
That's what it is. It's Hollywood jerking itself off, pretty much.
Did you just say the Oscars love nominating movies about things?
Them.
Oh, okay.
That movie about that thing.
The thing.
So
that
you
other-
know
hey, that
thing
other thing.
happened in that,
That
one
other
thing
thing.
about that thing.
With the
Yeah.
guy
Oh, I
and that
will
girl.
tell you. I
Ooh.
will tell y'all a great documentary to watch is the guy who was in that thing where it has all the actors that you see all the time, but you have no idea who the fuck they are.
Oh,
It's a
I saw
great
it on Voodoo.
documentary.
Yeah, I saw it on Voodoo.
What,
You know, there's a
what's it
second one?
called? I know that guy, or I know that.
The
it's something
second
like
one
that.
was about women, right?
Yeah. The second one's about women.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I saw the first one though. It was,
Let me bring this back a bit. There's something I want to talk about real quick. Mike K brings it up. Big Fish is a great movie, and fun fact: Steven Spielberg was originally going to direct that. I didn't actually know that. I loved Big Fish. Has anybody else seen Big Fish on here besides Dan? I know Danny has.
Not in a while.
Oh, well.
Nope,
I
never.
loved that movie. I thought it was really well done, and I'm not a huge Tim Burton fan, but I thought he did that one very well.
This
But
was
Spielberg directing it might have been. I don't know. What do you think, Danielle?
I think it would have been a different movie if Spielberg would have directed it. I think Tim Burton really has this fantastical element in a lot of his movies that if you read the book isn't as fantastic as the movie. Like there's stories and there's different things in there, but like this really shiny element that Tim Burton did for the movie is not really there in the book. It's just stories that you read and you can kind of imagine these different things. But I think without the type of vision that Tim Burton has as a director, that's what made it so fantastical. And I don't think Spielberg would have necessarily gone the same route that Tim Burton did for certain things inside of the movie, and certain things that were changed and certain stories that were condensed. So yes, Lucas, it is. Yes, it is, but it's not as sparkly as the movie is. It just read the book again, Lucas. It's
Shots
just
fired
not-
at PLT again.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew. And after the sound effect.
I do have to disagree with Danny on this. Okay, the reason it's not as sparkly is because the book is on paper with words. Okay.
It's a solid point.
Besides that, everything else is great.
No,
Solid
yes,
point.
exactly. Which is also part of my point for it. Having a director who can handle that vision and see what, like, if Lucas saw all of that sparkle on the page, then a director like Burton is going to be someone who can bring that sparkle out. And I think that Spielberg would have gone with a little bit more of a realistic thing. There are some stories that are in the movie that are not in the book at all, that are just throwaway lines in the book that Burton decided to use as as almost as like a whole arc in the movie. And I just don't think if you say so, Lucas, man, I really got to get this episode out, huh?
Ooh, Sean, don't say that, Sean. Don't say that, Dan.
Just Star Wars ones, Sean. Just Star Wars ones.
I froze.
Well,
I mean, if we're talking about movies that aren't as
so.
good as the book, I would have to put A Wrinkle in Time in there.
Danielle, you're perfect for me. You're perfect for me.
I think Lucas hacked into my thing and cut me off.
She wants to know. Pardis wants to know if you're supposed to do your first episode on Big Fish. Isn't that true, Danielle? Or are you frozen now? Can you hear me, Danielle?
Oh, I'm back.
You're back.
Yes,
That's
back.
your first show, right? You're still working on your first show?
Yeah, I just haven't had any time, and then Texas opened back up, and I had to go back to work and all of that stuff. But I had I literally have my notes for it, like right there. They're sitting down.
Let me ask you, who would you have direct the movie? If you had a choice.
I don't know. That's a tough one because I'm also not like well versed in directors and all of that stuff. So there isn't really any one person that I can think of that would be like, this would be perfect for that. I really do think Tim Burton did a great job with the movie. But I am also a Tim Burton fan, kind of. So
Okay. Fair enough. That's
So when is Watch the Book?
that's a good question. I have no idea. So hopefully sometime soon, especially now with C2A and stuff. So
That's right. We're doing stuff with C2A. That's going to be some cool stuff coming up with that. Also, speaking of new projects, I am working on the Harris Stomp. I'm finally going to get that out hopefully next week at Woven. I'm going to make you guys love it, Harris, as much as I
Jake's like, oh dear Lord.
The funny thing is, Jake's working on it for me. He's actually doing a thumbnail for me, and he's doing a good job at it too. So I got to give him credit, no matter how much he chits on me and chits on that. He's doing a good job.
I puked 8 times making that fucking thumbnail.
The
I got
funny
a
thing
question.
is, it's going to be a new one each time. It's going to be a new one each time. Go ahead, Jerry. You got a question?
Yeah. Am I remembering this wrong? Didn't you meet Ed Harris in New York?
I
took
did.
This weird, crazy photo with like you weren't supposed to take a photo.
My wife took the photo, actually.
Yeah.
I saw him in To Kill a Mockingbird, and it was a fantastic production of it. And he was really good. Of course, I can say he's really good. But he was really good. It was.
Was he good? Was he good though?
It was good. It was good to go to Madison Square Garden. They actually put the production on Madison Square Garden, so for schools everywhere. So that's what it was.
So you paid $100 each to swallow Ed Harris's balls.
Pretty much, come close to it. But
I heard it was because of Jeff Daniels, but
I got to. No, it was Ed on. It was Ed on Madison Square Garden. That's all I got to say. But I got to meet him afterwards. Afterwards, the line he came out and he was doing some autographs, but his people were there saying we're supposed to take pictures and everything else, and he was cool. The other guy was kind of a douche. But so Kim just like, well, I got my I gave him my playbill this time. Kim had like the phone up and just was like, so I got his little like shot of him from afar.
I remember in the chat we were like, Paul's creeping on Ed Harris right now.
I would have. I was just trying to. That was thanks to Kim though. I'm glad she got it because it was nice to remember that for me. So
well, I can't talk shit about Kim, so
Kim's amazing.
I guess I'll allow it.
The better Denuzio.
Fair enough. She's gonna have to hop on at some point. I'll have to have her on PLD project at some point. I need some credibility, I guess.
I mean, she's the only reason we tolerate you. So.
True. That's why I bring her to the live events.
That and to take care of me.
That's true. She did take care of you. She did a good job of that.
Yeah, she did a great job.
I still give her credit for guys win. She helped him out a lot.
She gave him a tongue lashing. He was like ready to, he was in his head before that match against R&B. She was like, "You better shut up, sit the fuck down, and get over yourself." That's pretty much what she said.
Didn't Kim like find Danny naked in a bed and like have to get her back to her own room or something?
Why, Jake? Why? What was the point? What was the point of that? What was the point of that?
You said you loved Kim, and I was just it just hit me.
And now this video will be unlisted.
Yeah.
You are by far not the only person who had some shit happen at a live event.
This is live events as a whole. We all tend to get a little screwy at times, for sure. Sometimes we go karaoke singing and things happen. Sometimes we go to parties and things happen. Sometimes Lucas has some trouble walking around at times until he gets some rebound time.
He rebounded.
Oh, Lucas will disappear. No one will know where he's
Yeah.
at, and then he'll show up like an hour later, completely fine.
Yeah.
Walking back around.
That boy has recovery powers like I've never seen.
Yeah, that motherfucker's Wolverine. I don't understand how he can do it. When I get fucked up at a live event, I'm done.
Yeah, that's true. Robert Parker can attest to that.
I'm still very upset at Robert Parker for starting magic tricks and not. I haven't seen any of Robert Parker's magic tricks.
I saw
when he did one for Roxy in Atlanta, and she was so fucking amazed. And I'm just sitting here like it's a card trick. It's like it's not that big of a deal, but
So how short is Robert?
he's maybe
He's pretty
5'1".
No.
Yeah.
Good God, really?
No. I want to see him stand next to Winston. I want to see that.
He
it's-
has in a promo.
Oh, I gotta watch that again. 'Cause
I love
Damn.
Robert Parker.
5'1". No wonder.
Yeah,
he
and
was-
him trying to pick me up off the floor. Fuck.
Oh,
There
that
was
is
no way that was happening.
Rock. Good
No
luck.
wonder he was standing during the whole match of one of those exhibition matches.
The only magic trick I ever saw Robert Parker pull was making Ace Cabrera disappear in a match. That's about all I
Oh.
Hey, at least he reappeared yesterday.
He did.
Yeah, drip, drip.
He did.
so good.
I
for
love
him.
Ace. He knows that. But Robert Parker is a man, and he is a legend.
That was cold, Paul. That was cold.
Dude, I can't wait
That
until
was-
that match goes public next week when we can actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm
Yeah.
actually really
No.
excited about that.
Mm.
That's one of my
Well-
favorite matches of the year so far.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. I'm hoping that I wish that could be match of the year, but like Christian said, they can't do exhibition. I get
I,
that.
I don't care.
To a degree.
I'm doing a write-in for that. I don't care.
They
I'll-
should
I'll start
add
polls.
exhibition match of the year,
Christian can be pissed at me. I don't care. It's happened before.
though.
Fucking Will said, I remember I got up at like 3 a.m. and Jake stole my bed in the middle of the night in ATL. Man, I didn't know what room belonged to what person.
See, then why are you talking shit, Jake? Okay?
I
Because
wasn't
we
talking
look
shit.
at what room we're supposed to go to.
We all did sleep in different rooms at one point. It did happen. It got confusing. We don't know where we are. We're drunk. We got turned around. Somebody's in somebody else's bed. It happens. We're all good. There's a lot of love.
Two people. It happens. Two people in one bed. You know what? You know what it is.
No, that I
Let's
hope Will
not get
wasn't in
into
there.
that.
I did have a second person in my bed. It was my wife. So we're all good.
Spoiler.
It was.
It was my wife. So we're all
And
good.
I really hope that she doesn't hear this because that was actually Billy.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh, man.
That's the real question. What did Jake and Will do in that bedroom? That's the real question. Maybe we shouldn't go out of there. That we don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get canceled.
Let's not. Yeah. Let's not go there.
Live events, everybody. Live events. They're all fun.
Oh, fucking Action House, man.
I feel like something always like crazy happens at a live event or at, like at an action house. Something always wild happens.
Hasn't Hannah?
Oh, Chris is
played,
leaving a drum. Chris is leaving with a bomb. Just so he's gonna make Danny a little mad. I think.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah. Whatever.
We love you, Chris. Thanks for popping
Yeah.
by. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Go. I was gonna say something mean, but I'm not going to.
No, fuck it. Say it. That's
No.
Adam's number 2.
No,
Do it.
they don't deserve me being mean to them.
Say something.
I
Mean,
would say
say,
something mean to them, but it also hurts Danny, so I can't say it.
say something mean to Jake, then, Danny.
No.
Come on. All right, fine.
Question.
I'm still
Anyway.
mad at Jake for not inviting me to the Action House to stay there. Okay.
Actually, I did invite you, and you said no. I have a place to stay already, so you can shove that up your ass.
Yeah, good point.
Ooh,
We
Jerry.
have some
It's
guests
late.
that I just is hanging out in the background when she pops somebody in because I got to leave soon, so I want to get these people in. So if anybody wants to pop off, so I can get Mike and Bethany on, that'd be great.
I can drop off.
Drop? Okay. All right, Jake, you leave on that. I'll see you in a little bit.
Salute, yo.
Let's get them on. Whoop.
I'm not clicking anything.
There we go. Oh, look at that. It is Kano and Katana.
Yay!
Did we get a drunk review? Did we get
We
a
just
drunk
finished
review?
it.
You did? Oh, I can't wait to go see it. I'm going to see that when I go to work, man. What did you guys watch? I didn't even get a chance to see what you watched.
Vanilla Sky.
Oh, you watched Vanilla Sky? You did for Oh, that's your drunk review? Oh, boy. That's the movie you watched drunk.
It's the 10th year anniversary of MacGruber, so we watched it.
What?
Oh, yay!
Oh, MacGruber, nice.
Oh, well, that is good. I mean,
That's much better.
behind the scenes, because it is the 10th anniversary of MacGruber, AJ said he was going to pull the celery trick. And I said that would give him some points. But he kind of backed out of it.
You know what? Yeah, I didn't see the salary trick happen
Yeah, I
at
didn't
all,
either.
and I'm very disappointed.
I say we
Ash.
disqualify AJ, and he now lost.
You know, I
She
feel your
never
power to
saw
do that. She never saw MacGruber?
No.
It's
Now
so
she
good.
has.
Okay. And we should all watch a review, I guess, shouldn't we?
Yeah, don't spoil.
We
It's
should watch it.
uploading, so it should be up in a second.
All right, you know what?
Yeah,
You let me
it's
know
not
when it is, and I'll bring it on. We'll watch it together. How about that?
Oh, it's. I mean, is
How
it
long
up
is
yet?
it?
No, it's not up yet.
How long is it?
About
It's 12 minutes.
yeah.
Oh, that's all right. I might have
It's
time
not
after.
a-
All right. We'll watch it later. It's going to have an event, but it's all right. That's all right. Give me the cliff notes. Yay or nay? How about that? Is it yay or nay?
I'm gonna say it's a yay-ish for me.
Yay.
It's a yay-ish, yes.
Yay-ish.
It is a
Like-
yay-ish.
I like the like 80s vibe and all the like 80s bop hits in it, and there's 2 saxophone solos. But overall,
Gotta watch this movie then.
You've never seen
I did not
MacGruber?
see it. I'm like one of the 10 people who did see it in theaters.
yeah,
So,
it's not very loved. in the
You
theater.
loved it though, Mike, right?
oh yeah,
Okay.
it's awesome.
I knew Mike.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
I just want to point out that there are 2 movies that share this anniversary, and one of them is far superior. Empire Strikes Back or MacGruber. I'm picking Empire Strikes Back.
I'll take Empire Strikes Back.
Well,
Sorry.
I love MacGruber, but I gotta give that Empire Strikes Back.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of hard. Like, I'm a cynical bastard, but yeah, I'm picking up.
And Empire's not even in my top 5, but
There's
it's
no PLD
Star
challenge
Wars.
looking at a piece of celery. I'll tell you that.
Wait. Empire's not in your top 5?
Nope.
Really?
That's crazy.
This is my favorite movies. Okay, everybody can argue the greatest, everything. My favorite, Empire's not
Top
even in
5.
my top 5.
All right, what's
What's your
above-
top 5, Jerry?
I know number one. I know number 1. I think
What's number 1?
for Jerry, I believe it's Return of the Jedi.
Obviously, it's the greatest movie ever made.
That's my favorite. That's my number 1 also, Jerry, though.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay,
say
but what's
there
2
is-
and 3 then?
Well, I will say before 2 and 3, that
Seriously?
there is a large swell of support for Return of the Jedi being the best of them. I've seen that a lot recently. Mark Ellis has
weird.
been saying that. It's kind of strange.
I've
Man,
always
it's the
said
Ewoks,
that.
man. It's the
And that's
Ewoks.
why. That's why
Oh, I
for
love
me.
Ewoks. When the little Ewok
Empire.
dies,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
remember
bring
the
back
name.
Yub Nub.
Bring back
Yeah,
Yub Nub.
nope.
Yeah, bring back Yubnub, bro.
I have
Yeah.
strong feelings about that.
I will say that Empire is my favorite, but Return of the Jedi does have my favorite moment. The classic Vader back and forth, the Return of the Jedi, so to speak. That's my favorite moment.
I love it when he throws it when Luke throws the lightsaber.
I'm guessing you're not talking about the most current edition where he goes, no.
No, not that one.
I don't mind that one.
I've gotten to the point where I've accepted it, and I'll watch it because it's there, and I can look past it. But
See, I watched the original trilogy when I was a lot younger, all of that stuff. I had never seen the when they updated it with I think I did see it once before, but like when they updated it with all of the new new CGI or whatever. And watching what they did to Jedi broke my heart. Like I was just there, like, yeah, this is why I was super bummed about
PS4,
that.
Jerry?
Yeah, I had to plug in my phone.
Oh, okay.
That was my plug-in. I didn't realize my volume was up. Sorry, guys.
That's
How
all right.
much about the rest of your top 5, Jerry?
I would agree with that, Mike. I'd agree with that completely, honestly. But Liam Gilpin, Sunshine, saying Battle of the Heroes is the greatest.
Man,
No.
Sunshine can suck it.
I wonder if we'll ever get that on the general debate. Best Star Wars moment.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure.
I'm on that one. I don't care. I will fight.
Problem with that is,
I will fight on that.
I think
I
everybody's
think that is my time to shine.
going to submit for that one. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're going to Duel of Fates is also another very good moment. I do like that.
Oh, I could listen to that track all day.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna play the Dave Filoni clip of him talking about it, and that's it. That's it. Just him talking about it. Like that's it. And like, yeah, that's my argument right there, guys.
That is, it's perfect.
Awesome, listeners.
One of my favorite Star Wars moments that's not actually in the movie is actually from Rebels. Is
Oh, yeah, which one's that?
when Kanan dies. And
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, Jerry. Jeez, man.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
It's
You
okay.
guys haven't watched it.
It's okay.
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
I'm still trying to finish Clone Wars.
Well,
Don't be sad. It's okay. Don't be sad. It's okay.
should I talk about it?
watching.
Oh, it's the build up and everything. Oh, it's such a great moment. And what each character does afterwards is so perfect.
I promise
So
I'm
cool.
still gonna cry when I bet I'm still gonna cry.
I cried.
My favorite Rebels moment is season 2 ending,
Oh.
Twilight of the Apprentice.
So I rewatched that as soon as the series finale of the Clone Wars. I was like, I gotta see this one again. It's one of my favorite episodes. Like, it's so good. That
No
episode.
spoilers, Danielle. No spoilers. I had to say it's basically Darth Vader versus Ahsoka.
I've seen clips from it. So there are some things that I watch. I am a spoiled princess is what I like to call myself. So I like spoilers because I still like the emotional investment leading up to it. So I never mind spoilers except for certain things. There are certain times where I don't want to hear spoilers at all, and that's when I get very protective of it. But like I didn't know that Homeboy died. That I didn't know, but
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but I do know about what you're talking about with Ahsoka and the Vader and that whole little thing.
It sounds like we got 2 new call signs: call sign spoiler and call sign spoiler princess. So
I don't want that to be my call sign. No.
So my take on spoilers is there's a difference between reading it, hearing it, and then physically seeing it has a different sort of impact. Like,
I agree.
like you could read something that this person dies and you're like, okay. But like you see it, you add in the music, what's leading up to it, that emotional impact can be a lot more impactful for each individual person. So I tried to avoid spoilers at all costs, but if I read it, it doesn't affect me as much until I actually see it, and then depending
And
on what it is.
Kanan is my second favorite Jedi. My
Sean
second favorite character.
Wait, who is your first? Because if it's not Ahsoka, get the F out of here.
I'm sorry. My favorite's Luke. I love
Okay, that's fair because he started it all.
This is all erroneous.
Sean,
Erroneous.
that is a
Who
great
cares
point.
about Greedo?
Greedo is the greatest Star Wars character.
Oh my goodness.
And the Mandalorian chapter 3 when the Covert comes back up to back up Din, that's a great moment as well. I got my first comes from that. That was awesome. That was a great moment. Also, we had Mike K earlier on. We're going to open up. Why not? PJ Campbell's doing a watch along. What's our thoughts on The Last Jedi? I will start off real quick and I'll say my thoughts on The Last Jedi is that I love Rian Johnson as a filmmaker. I think this is a beautiful movie.
I loved it.
I'm not entirely sure that it's a great Skywalker saga movie. If that makes
You've been-
sense.
I was about to
Christian
say
too
that.
much.
Like, it's a good movie. Like, in terms of a cinematic movie, it's amazing. It's not a Star Wars movie to me.
I know it's a Star Wars
Oh.
movie. I just don't think it's a
For me, it's
Skywalker
not.
saga movie. Generally, be honest with you. And it's not.
But Paul, what makes Star Wars saga, Star Wars movie.
Because Skywalker Saga, to me, it felt a little off in a little bit in a lot of the areas. It was still about it did a little bit too much changing of the guard. Like it went from it should the whole movie should have been, first of all, if we're gonna have a trilogy, it should have been one director doing all three, or at least having some kind of cohesive storyline. Ryan Johnson I felt like took everything that Force Awakens had set up and kind of was like, I'm gonna just change this all. And then
I
J.J. Abrams
completely
did the
disagree with that.
same thing, and he did the same thing. He changed everything. It didn't mean that.
Can I say something controversial?
Go ahead. I mean, I like The Last Jedi. I'm not a hater of it. So, but go ahead.
Can I just say, so obviously I watched the original trilogy as a youngin and didn't know any behind the scenes, any whatever until later on after I'd watched it. I think that in 10 years, if you show an 8-year-old kid this trilogy, they will have no idea that it wasn't a cohesive storyline. Like everyone right now, because we're all so ingrained in it and we know the behind the scenes drama and we know all this stuff, is like, well, you can tell that J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson didn't. But I think if you show an 8-year-old to a 10-year-old kid 10 years down the road and they don't know any of that, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, it all makes sense. Because George Lucas is a bold-faced liar if he says that he knew that Darth Vader was the dad when he originally started.
He had it all planned out, right?
Whoa. I will say, I just gotta throw up a little bit. No, you're right. George Lucas made up a whole ton of shit as he went along. There's definitely no doubt in my mind. I'm not one of those people who say whatever, but he did have a basic idea of where it began and where it ended for the most part. This seemed This seemed more like a passing along of the torch to say it was like kind of like I'm going to write to this chapter, then give it to the next person. They write something different, and it's not necessarily a bad way to do it. It just felt a little uneven to me the way it went from back and forth. That's all. It felt uneven to me. That's all. I do like the movie. I love every Star Wars movie. I'm a Star Wars guy who can watch any movie and be extremely satisfied.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
like
the same way. I can watch the prequels any day and be happy.
Oh yeah,
but
perfect.
And to answer one of Farrah's questions, Last Jedi is my second, number 2. It's my number 2.
Oh, fancy!
I love The Last Jedi. I love it to death. The way it goes with Luke
It
and
makes
Rey.
episode 3 so much with what Lucas just said. Sorry.
We watched Last Jedi twice in opening night and just were spellbound by it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also weird who both likes The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Like I haven't met someone who like walked out of both of those movies satisfied.
I'm okay
and
with
like, yeah, like I liked both of them. I feel like there's like camps. Like either you liked the second one or the third. Well, I mean,
I like Rise of Skywalker. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I thought Rise of Skywalker was good. It just the only problem it had was that it did the same thing. It had to course correct because J.J. Abrams obviously had his idea what he wanted to do that Ryan Johnson kind of just went off different way on, which is fine. This is what you give him. But when he comes back, he's like, well, I want to do what I want to do, so I got to kind of bring it back. So he has been like the first
to that, Jerry, to that, Paul, then why didn't you just stay on for all 3 movies?
He should have.
Or Lucasfilm
like
should have actually had a about all 3, but
I would like to have seen a complete trilogy or a Ryan Johnson complete trilogy. I just wanted to see. I would like to see a cohesive, like.
I really would have loved Ryan Johnson.
And I honestly, I disagree. And it's one of the things that annoys me most about what people say is that Ryan Johnson took J.J. Abrams stuff and completely disregarded it. Most of the stuff that Ryan Johnson did is perfectly in line with what J.J. Abrams set up. With one exception, with one maybe exception, and you could go either way, which is her father or her parents.
The parents
you could, right. That's the only one. It's a big one. That's the only one that he kind of fudged.
Well, it does.
Every other one.
I think Abrams had a better vision of Snoke. Also, I think Abrams had more of a vision of what Snoke was going to be than Johnson.
Give you that.
And that's one of my biggest problems with the Rise of Skywalker, is what they did with Kylo Ren. I liked where, obviously, I love The Last Jedi. I liked where they were going with him being the big bad.
Well, that's exactly my point too, and that's another thing that Ryan Johnson changed. Abrams wanted to set it up so that there was a redemption angle. That's obvious to me from the beginning of Force Awakens up until here. He wanted Kylo to be redeemed. Ryan Johnson made that change and go, nope, we're going to make Kylo the big baddie, and that's okay. That's okay, but then if Abrams is going to finish the trilogy and he wants to do it back, it undoes everything that Johnson did. They both undid each other. My problem. They both disagreed with what they wanted to do, and so it makes no cohesive whole. It's nothing against Rian Johnson. I love her. If we wanted to do, probably the main thing is you got to, like I said before, it's all three. You have to have somebody have the beginning, middle, and end that knows what they want to do and go with it, or it's not going to work. Let me
ask you a question.
I do like it overall. I think it could have been better done.
Let me ask you a question. You said J.J. Abrams wanted Kylo to be redeemed. We know that now based on he redeemed him. I mean, obviously. But I don't see that in the first movie.
I completely do.
I do not at all.
Completely do. I believe that the moment he kills Han is such a moment where he loses his soul, and he knows he lost his soul. And right there, you got to hit bottom before you go back up. And so he had to kill Han to make him fall. That was his Anakin Skywalker falling. Everything else before was his little wishy-washy he wants to become Vader, but it's all kind of more of a childhood thing. What he did there when he actually physically kills his father, that's him becoming the bad guy. It's also the start of his redemption angle, because he's got to hit bottom before he hits top. And I felt like at the end, Abrams definitely wanted him to go redemption-wise.
See, that's honestly, I think that's where me and you disagree right there. I think the way it played out, it was just him hitting bottom and going down even further. Like, to me, that's the way I see it. Like you said, obviously, J.J. Abrams, hindsight's 20/20, and I love when Ben gets redeemed. Oh, Adam Driver played that perfectly.
I agree. I love
a completely different character.
So, I love this where he's fighting the Knights of Ren. It's a mixture between Han Solo and Anakin Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
I love that scene.
I have to wrap up soon, guys, because I got to go to work. Just so you know, I have to go to work in half an hour. So.
No, work.
Stay on here all night. But so I guess we'll do our last notes, and then I guess that's it. Really, we'll just say that we both all have great passion for Star Wars, and that's a good thing. And I love all of Star Wars. So even if I do have problems with some things, overall, I'm still happy. But I'm happy to get past the Skywalker saga now. How's everybody feel about that?
Yeah.
Getting new stuff, different stuff.
It'd be nice to see what we get now.
Precious about that's the main problem. I think Bethany, you actually said it in a way too. Was a lot of our precious about these characters. We're precious about these situations. Got us into a situation where we don't know what's going on. We have no idea who these characters are. We're just in a familiar setting. That's what works about Mandalorian to me. I don't know if anybody agrees or disagrees with that, but that's what I'm hoping for anyway. But
we'll see.
Any last comments there?
My favorite part of Clone Wars season, the last season, Kanan Jarrus showed up. that made the season for me.
That was cool.
Yay!
Danielle, anything from you?
No, I'm looking forward to getting more of this book done so I can talk about this book more.
Great. And Mike, Bethany, how's the drunk review going? Is it up yet?
It's up.
It's
up.
And it's up.
It's up.
Sweet.
We're drunk. We love Star Wars, and we talked McGreever.
Yay!
And we do want to be there for the first time that PLD goes on Rise of the Resistance.
Yes. Oh my God, dream come true. I want to see your reaction.
Yes. We have to recreate the PLD challenge.
Absolutely.
I want to be there too.
We'll recreate because this is going to be something else.
I want to see if you cry because I cried.
I
want to recreate it.
I called Danielle out for crying, but
everyone's invited. Everyone needs to come, and we all should ride it together and cry together. It'd be beautiful.
Sweet. All right, Buck, how about you?
I'm just excited to see how this Star Wars tournament goes.
Yeah,
that first match was a good teaser, and it in terms of how it played on Twitch, I thought it played just fine. Like there was no major problem. So I just hate how we have to wait a week between each match. That's all.
You got to really give them a monkey.
Oh well. Ferris, how about you? Anything else?
Mando season 2. I want it now, and I want it right now.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. I want it now, and I want it right now.
I'm actually rewatching season 1 right now.
The gallery episodes are really I'm like a crackhead,
amazing.
and that's my drug.
Dave Filoni's the president.
Okay, Ferris, I'm going to choose you just because at a random. I'm going to choose you to kick you off so I can bring Jake back on and say goodbye. So, Ferris, love you, brother. I'll see you soon. Take care.
All right, guys, have a nice night.
I'll get Jake. Jake, you can come in and say goodbye real quick. Oh, his mic is not connected. Can you hear me, Jake?
Mute.
Jake, can you hear me?
Well, while he's doing all that, I'll say, Paul, thank you for letting me come talk Star Wars and all this stuff. I did not understand any of the big fish stuff, but it was a pleasure listening. You guys have a good night, okay?
Thank you.
Bye,
Ferris.
Jake.
We'll talk to you later.
Ben.
Can you hear me?
All right, Jake, you up now? Are you loaded?
Oh, God damn
Can
it,
you hear me?
Jake.
I can hear you now. All right, Jake. Last I gotta go. I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us, Jake?
I was working on a thumbnail. I
Yeah.
didn't even know you were going to bring me back on.
Then watch you be in the backstage.
Well, I gotta leave, so I figured I'd say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hang it out.
Other than Danny and Bethany, fuck all y'all.
Love you, Jake.
Fuck you, Jake.
He deserves it.
Nah,
All right,
this
guys.
was,
Looks like I
great.
actually have
It was a
to
good
chat.
discussion.
It's Garth.
You covered a lot of shit. It was good. It was fun.
I just wanted to come in for a few seconds and say congratulations to Brandon. In the movie Trivia Face Off, they had random leftover people put their names on a wheel to get in this World War Geek thing with like 36 people competing. And it started with the thing on my name, and then they randomized the names, spun it, and then it was slowing down, got to my name, went a little further, and got to Brandon.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh
So
shoot,
congrats.
I gotta do a little bit of studying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Garth, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice you were in the background. We had so many people in the waiting room that you were like bumped to the bottom, so I didn't even see you. So I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, I actually was doing video chronic, so I missed most of this. I'll watch it later. It was so funny. 'cause
You
it was,
disloyal motherfucker.
it was
Jake, aren't you in like 6 million shots a day?
To be fair, Garth is actually on screen with Video Drew, so it's not like he was just in the chat.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
They were begging. It was basically Drew and Andre Gallagher, and that was it. And so they were begging for someone. So I jumped in, even though it was a Muppet Christmas Carol, and I haven't seen that since the '90s.
Oh, wow.
I saw it like once in the night. So I like was just guessing and random and.
I was about to say something before you said something, Garth, and then like right then is when Paul sent me the message about this, and I was like, okay, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think anyone would have done better than me, but I jumped in because they were desperate. So.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everything. I love all you guys. Love all you in the chat. Hit that thumbs up and like and subscribe. Leave comments, whatever. Let me know what you want to see on my channel. I'm still figuring it all out. But Harris Dance is definitely coming next. And I guess that's it. Take care, guys. We salute you.
Have fun at work. Bye.
Oh, fuck. That was a 5. Later.